This film's about what I call my £25 studio. It's a very cheap studio setup, as the name suggests, that you can use virtually anywhere for photographing small objects. So today I'm setting up in my kitchen. The object I'm photographing today is my little toy car here, so I'm just going to stick it down on the kitchen table. Got the camera set to full automatic, to the green mode. Just take a snap. And this is what we get. Well, it's okay, exposure's about right and everything. The table's a bit distracting, that scratch table. Also, we've got that line in the background between the wall and the table. So what I'm going to do is make what's called an infinity curve sometimes. It's just basically a sheet of paper in this instance. I'm going to tape the end down to the table, tape the other end to the wall, which means we get a curve between the table and wall, which gets rid of that distracting line in the background. Take another photo, much better, less distracting. The light isn't very good. It's a very stark light. The pop-up flash tends to produce very hard light, and the direction the light's coming from is directly above the camera. So you normally see things lit from above or from the side. Having the object lit straight on looks a bit strange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off the pop-up flash on my camera, and I'm going to use a different light source. And what I'm going to use is this, which is a builder's light, a work light they're sometimes called. It's very bright, 400 watts, £21 off the internet. They're very cheap, and we've got loads of light to play with. So put my camera, switch the light on, switch the flash off, another photograph, and we get this. So you can see from the direction of the shadows that the light is now above and to the left of our car. The colour's gone a bit strange now, and this is because it's a tungsten lamp that we've got in our work light. It produces a rather orange warm sort of light. So what I'm actually going to do is change the white balance on the camera from automatic to tungsten or incandescent balance. It's very easy to do this. You can look it up in your own camera's instruction manual. So no flash now. Take another picture, much better. I've also switched over to aperture priority, made a much smaller aperture, so the camera is all in sharp focus from front. Sorry, the car is all in sharp focus from the front to back now. The light source itself is still rather harsh, I would say. Look at the hard shadows, the hard edge shadows there. So what we really need to do is to think about the light quality. If I hold my hand up in front of the light here, you can see the silhouette that it projects onto the paper is quite sharp edged. If I use a piece of tissue paper stuck down to a bit of clear plastic and hold that in between the light and my hand, you can now see that the shadow you get off my hand is very soft. It softens the shadows right down. Looks quite nice. I'm going to put that diffuser in between the light and the car using a plastic clip. Pound shop you can get those from. That's without, and that's with the diffuser. Have a look at the shadows, much softer underneath, much less distracting. It's starting to look quite good now. We also get these nice white highlights, these specular reflections showing the body panel shape of the car and so on. Finally, what I want to think about is how we actually light different objects and the direction that we point the camera at them. Do we want to look at them straight on or from above or from the side? And this can quite dramatically change the way things look. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a couple of wooden blocks to support my diffuser, my tracing paper. I'm getting a mate to hold the light straight above the tracing paper so it's looking straight down, and I'm going to photograph the car from a very low angle. And we get something completely different. What we do is we get this. This is quite interesting because the light fades off towards the background. You get that nice grey graduated effect. And the fact that I've photographed the car from a low angle makes it look bigger. It almost looks like a real car now, and it's a lot more interesting than what we started off with. So this whole process probably took about 10 to 15 minutes. So with a little bit of imagination and £25, you can set up a tabletop studio and produce very high quality results, as we can see now, starting off from the first shot and going through to the final shot. So I hope this video was useful to you. Give it a try at home. The more you practice, the better you get. Look how other things have been photographed. Look at advertising, photographs in magazines, photographs of products and stuff like that, and you can start to work out how they were done. It's usually quite simple.